Credit Rescore, is it right for you? Is it right for your client? Are you a candidate? And how much can it really impact your score? We're going to talk through that. So there's a couple different things that we need to know when we're running a credit rescore, and some of the things that you need to know if you maybe are a candidate for credit repair. They're two very different things, at least in the way that we generally describe them. They're two very different things. A credit rescore is where I take your credit report and I look at it and I say, hey, there's some improvements that we can make if we were to maybe pay down an account, pay off an account, maybe even in some cases open another account, and I can get you additional points on your credit score, which will then help you get better terms and maybe better or lower costs associated with obtaining a mortgage, which gives you an overall lower mortgage payment. That is your traditional credit rescore. We run the analyzer, we make the changes, and we have that credit updated to reflect those changes, which increases your score, which gives you better terms. Credit repair works a little bit differently. Credit repair might be something that's needed if you need to dispute a collection on your credit or an account on your credit. If there's information on there that maybe is derogatory charge-offs, things like that, where we actually need to get those deleted from the account and we're not necessarily paying them off to do so. That is repair. The difference between credit repair and a credit rescore is a rescore can be relatively quick in instant. So credit rescore, the way that process would work is I run the analyzer, I tell you what to do, you go make the changes, you pay the accounts down or off, whatever the case may be. You provide me that documentation when it's done, 24, 48 hours later. I submit that to the credit bureaus and we get your credit score updated with that new information. That can happen in the course of 3 to 5 days if we run it as a rush, and that can be done while you're in escrow on a home. Now, credit repair, generally speaking, that's going to have a much longer runway because what it takes to get those accounts disputed and deleted takes a lot longer, and it's not always successful on the first try, and it's usually a little bit more of a working relationship with credit repair. That's the main difference. So how much can you get on a credit rescore? What are the options? Well, that is going to be individualized because every credit profile and financial profile is kind of like a fingerprint, a little different for everybody, but generally speaking, what we're looking to do with that is we're trying to get you to the next tier of financing. So if you think about it in like credit reports and credit qualifying runs in increments of 20 points on your credit score. So a 680 qualifies you for one set of terms, 700, 720, 740, and so on. So what we're looking for from a rescore is, can we get you to that next tier to get you some better terms, or maybe even a few tiers up to get you significantly better terms. For instance, a situation where this was really successful recently, I had a client that was purchasing, they had saved up quite a bit of money for down payment relative to what they felt was quite a bit. They had a little over 10% down, and they were going to put that down. And I said, hey, you have adequate down payment to get you qualified for the loan program that you're looking for and to get you into the payment range, but some of these funds might be better used if we could run a analyzer and rescore your credit. I've done some of the legwork and it looks like there's some significant changes that we can make to your credit if we did some of the things on this analyzer and did a rescore. So we did. We ended up taking the client from a 676 credit score to a 748 credit score, which was several tiers up, ended up giving them a much lower payment even without putting the same amount of money down, because their interest rate got significantly better and their mortgage insurance got a lot better. Overall giving them a much lower payment. So if you have any questions on how this applies to you, see if you're a candidate for a rescore or maybe a candidate for credit repair, we're happy to talk through it with you and point you in the right direction. Just let us know.